Let's turn our attention back to the day and the week in politics. With me is Paul Kelly, Editor-at-Large at The Australian. Paul, chaos on Macquarie Street yet again. This time it's Labor the focus.
It certainly is. Well, I think the Labor leader, Jodi McKay, is crippled in political terms, but the party doesn't seem to have sorted out what comes next. Of course, this is the New South Wales Labor Party, which once had a reputation for being able to sort out these things. I think this is a very troubling and difficult situation for Labor. It's made very little progress in New South Wales now for a long period of time, and the question is how it gets out of this mess. Presumably at some point there'll be a new leader. How effective will that new leader be? How deep will these divisions be?
It follows from the Upper Hunter by-election result. As we know, with leadership spills in the past, if a cohort wants a catalyst to move, they can find one. And this seems to have been what's caused this particular flurry of activity, the Upper Hunter by-election. What do you think the federal ramifications are out of that vote?
Well, look, what this by-election tells us is something that we've known for many years, and that is that the Labor Party is fundamentally divided. There's an ideological split in Labor between, on the one hand, the new progressive forces who are strong in terms of the educational institutions, minorities committed to identity politics, and the traditional Labor voters, on the other hand, who tend to work across a range of industries, who tend to be more politically and ideologically conservative. Now, this division has plagued Labor now for a very long period of time, and it's manifested in all sorts of ways. The latest has been this vote in the Hunter Valley, this vote over coal and resources, and this is the issue on which the party split. So this is a split which is, I think, in some ways more important at the federal level than at the state level, because it's at the federal level that these fundamental policy and ideological contests are being played out. And if you look at Labor's performance federally, well, they've won one federal election in majority terms out of the last 9. I mean, Labor has got deep-seated structural and cultural problems.
When you look at the coalition, there's quite a spectrum of views, isn't there? Say from a Matt Canavan to a Dave Sharma, or the Sydney MPs, Trent Zimmerman and others. So they're able to manage it better. Why is that?
Well, they are able to manage it better, and one of the reasons is that individual MPs are given more autonomy. That's not the Labor way. With Labor, everyone's got to toe the party line. So there's more internal flexibility within the coalition parties than in the Labor Party. That means the coalition is better able to live with North Queensland MPs who can run one line, and then Victorian or Melburnian MPs, on the other hand, who can run a quite different line. The coalition manages that more effectively than does Labor.
It certainly does.